almost similarly. I was like, yes,
I still didn't know it was okay. I like that.
Mayor and Council, Pocono City, Maryland, proclamation. Whereas the General Federation of Women's Clubs, GFWC, is 135 years old, International Federation of Women's Clubs with more than 63,000 members, and is dedicated to community improvements by enhancing the lives of others through volunteer service. And whereas domestic and sexual violence includes, but is not limited to, verbal, physical, emotional, mental, and sexual abuse. And whereas GFWC areas are diverse and include campus sexual assault, child abuse, elder abuse, human trafficking, intimate partner violations and violence, military sexual assault, teen dating violence, and violence against Native American women. And whereas the GFWC International Day of Service, September 2025, is a day in which all GFWC comes together in service to combat domestic and sexual violence. And whereas GFWC Junior Women's Club of Pocono City is an active Maryland club member of the General Federation of Women's Club. And whereas GFWC Junior Women's Club of Pocono City will host a community carnival benefiting the Worcester County Child Advocacy Center on September 27, 2025, GFWC's International Day of Service. Whereas GFWC Junior Women's Club of Pocono has partnered with domestic and sexual violence organizations throughout Pocono City to provide funds raised for Worcester County Child Advocacy Center and others. Therefore, be it resolved that the office of the mayor concurring therein designates Saturday, September 27th as GFWC Junior Women's Club of Pocono City International Day of Service to end domestic and sexual violence in Maryland. In witness hereof, I hereunto set my hand and cause the seal of Pocono City to be affixed this second day of September of 2025. Thank you. And you all do so much for our community. Anything that you need, you know that we're always here for you. And we know it's the same fight.
I appreciate it.
Somebody put a picture. They deserve to have a picture taken. We can keep a picture with our phone.
Ooh, with the flash.
Thank you so much.
Y'all just give me a second. Let me pull my agenda back up. We're live? Awesome. I can turn the live stream on my phone off. So give me a minute. Hey, everybody. So the city's live stream is back up and running. So if you want to tune into the meeting, please hop onto the city's live stream. We're going to take a 5-minute recess to give you an opportunity to get on. Thank you.
I make a motion for a 5-minute recess.
Second.
The motion has been made and properly seconded. All those in favor use the sound aye.
Aye.
Those that oppose, you have the same right. 5-minute recess. Child, we were almost like Somerset County when we made We just go back in, right? Thank you all for your patience. We are going to pick right up at item number 6, second reading of Resolution 2026-R-02, resolution placing a temporary moratorium on certain matters to be decided by the Planning and Zoning Commission and the Board of Zoning Appeals. Resolution number 2026-R-02, a resolution of the mayor and council of Pocomoke City placing a temporary moratorium on certain matters to be decided by the Planning and Zoning Commission and the Board of Zoning Appeals of Pocomoke City, whereas the city's planning and zoning director has the duty, among others, of analyzing and ensuring that all applications for site plans, approvals, rezoning of property, and annexation of property are in compliance with the city code and the Maryland law prior to submission to the Planning and Zoning Commission and Board of Zoning Appeals for appropriate action. And whereas the position of Planning and Zoning Director is currently vacant, and whereas the city staff does not have the knowledge and expertise to adequately fulfill the duties required of the position of the Planning and Zoning Director. And whereas the mayor and council are actively seeking to fill the position of Planning and Zoning Director by seeking and interviewing qualified candidates. Whereas the mayor and council believe that it is in the best interest of the city and its residents that a temporary moratorium be placed upon certain actions of the Planning and Zoning Commission and the Board of Zoning Appeals until the position of the Planning and Zoning Director is filled. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the mayor and council as follows. A moratorium is hereby placed upon action of the Planning and Zoning Commission and Board of Zoning Appeals concerning any and all applications for site plan approval, rezoning of property, and annexation of property. Number 2, said moratorium shall be in effect until November 3rd, 2025. 3, the mayor and council shall review the moratorium at the first regular session meeting in October to determine the propriety of extending or terminating the moratorium, and if extended, shall review the moratorium at its first meeting each subsequent month. Number 4, all time requirements mandated by the city code for action of the Planning and Zoning Commission and Board of Zoning Appeals are hereby suspended during the moratorium. And number 5, the Planning and Zoning Commission and Board of Zoning Appeals may continue to meet publicly for discussion of items such as conceptual issues. So, there will be a public hearing on this item at the next meeting in September. Moving on to item number 7, second reading of Resolution 2026-R-03, resolution approving the Community Legacy Grant. Resolution number 2026-R-03, a resolution of the Mayor and Council of Pocomoke City, Maryland, approving the Sustainables Community Plan and application and receipt of financing for a community legacy project in Pocomoke City, Maryland, to be financed either directly by Maryland Department of Housing and Community Development, the department, or through other departments or agencies of the state of Maryland. Whereas the city of Pocomoke City, Maryland recognizes that there is a significant need for reinvestment and revitalization of our communities in Worcester County, and whereas the city of Pocomoke City, Maryland proposes to develop a sustainable community project known as the project, as further described in the application, purpose of which will be to contribute to the reinvestment and revitalization in the area, and whereas departments, either through the Community Legacy Program or through programs of the department or in cooperation with other state departments or agencies, may provide some or all of the financing for the project in order to assist in making it financially feasible. And whereas the sustainable community is located within a priority funding area under Section 5-7B-02 of the Smart Growth Act, and the project will conform to local zoning code. And whereas the applicable law and regulations required approving of a sustainable community, the project and the project's financing by the city of Pocomoke City, Maryland, and whereas by the mayor of the local subdivision, and now therefore be it resolved that the city of Pocomoke City hereby endorses the project and hereby approves the request for financial assistance in the form of grant up to $100,000, and be it further resolved that the mayor be and is hereby authorized to endorse this resolution, thereby indicating his approval thereof. And be it further resolved that copies of the resolution be sent to Kevin Barnes, Director of State Revitalization Programs, Division of Neighborhood Revitalization. And the public hearing for this will also be held at our next mayor and council meeting. Moving forward to item number 8, resolution number 2026-R-04, resolution approving Maryland's facade improvement program. A resolution of the mayor and council of Pocomoke City, Maryland, approving the sustainable,
That's what it says.
that was in it twice.
Yeah. Mhm.
Resolution 2026. No, I'll just read it. It's two different amounts.
Yes.
It's two different amounts.
Okay.
A resolution of the mayor and council of Pocomoke City, Maryland, approving the Sustainable Communities Plan and application and receipt of financing for the Maryland facade improvement projects in Pocomoke City, Maryland, to be financed either directly by the Maryland Department of Housing and Community Development or through other departments or agencies of the state of Maryland. Whereas the city of Pocomoke City, Maryland recognizes that there is significant needs for reinvestment and revitalization of our communities in Worcester County, and whereas the city of Pocomoke City, Maryland proposes to develop a sustainable community project, the project as further described in the application, purposes of which will be to contribute to the reinvestment and revitalization in the area, and whereas departments either through the Maryland Facade Improvement Program or through other programs of the department or in cooperation with other state departments or agencies may provide some or all funding for the project in order to assist in making it financially feasible. And whereas the Sustainable Communities is located within a priority funding area under Section 5-7B-02 of the Smart Growth Act, and the project will conform to a local zoning code, and whereas the applicable law and regulations require approval of the sustainable community, the project, and the project financing by the city of Pocomoke City, Maryland, and where appropriate by the mayor of the local subdivision, and now therefore be it resolved that the city of Pocomoke City hereby endorses the project and hereby approves the request for financial assistance in the form of a grant up to $60,000, and be it further resolved that the mayor be and is hereby authorized to endorse this resolution, thereby indicating his approval thereof, and be it further resolved that copies of this resolution be sent to Kevin Baines, Director of State Revitalization Programs, Division of Neighborhood Revitalization. And this also will have a public hearing at our next mayor and council meeting. Moving forward to item number 9, comments from the city council. Councilmember Holland.
I don't have anything. I just wish, I hope all the kids had a good first day and teachers had a good first day of school, and have a good year ahead of them.
Councilmember Toll.
Just to echo Scott, I really don't have much to say, but hopefully we, going into this new year, this school year, hopefully we do good, where our kids are great, and just continue what we do for our community, continue to watch out for each other. That's it.
Councilwoman Downing.
Same thing. I mean, I don't have a whole lot to say, just hope everybody have a good school year, and I don't know, for the rest of the year, we all have a good year, especially today since it's my birthday.
Happy
Hey.
birthday.
That's all.
Councilmember Coppin.
I'd like to wish everyone the same, a successful school year, and thank you all for coming out today.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Moving forward to comments from the mayor. I've got lengthy comments tonight. So there have been a lot of questions about our city manager selection. As you all know, we started this process many months ago, and we did a full national search. But sometimes the best candidate sits among you. Sometimes you don't have to go far to find the best person for the job. Sometimes they're right under your nose. And sometimes they're the people that are helping you through the process. Because the reality is, the mayor and council, we meet when need be. We kind of know what's going on, but we don't know everything. And we have amazing staff here in Pocomoke City that sometimes stay on the phone with me until 10 and 11 o'clock at night, trying to figure things out and trying to make Pocomoke a better place for all of its residents, me included. And a lot of our employees actually don't live here in Pocomoke, but they love Pocomoke City. So we have decided on a city manager. We have decided on a city manager, and we are pleased to announce that Ms. Brandy Matthews has graciously accepted the position as city manager for the city of Pocomoke City. Now, of course, we still have a lot to work through because Brandy was our finance director. So now that Brandy has accepted and it's public, the mayor and council will have to convene again to decide what we're going to do about the finance director position. We do have people in City Hall who are capable of stepping up and doing the job, but it requires us to have a conversation. So right now, Brandy will still be working with the finance department, but she will also be doing the city manager's job, which she's been doing the whole time that we've been in search for a city manager. Also, Miss Melinda will be stepping up and helping Brandy. And one of the things that was recommended, instead of hiring a deputy manager, which was a job that Brandy was doing, that we think about bringing in a deputy clerk, someone that can tie together all of the loose ends and all of the loose strings. I'm also pleased with Ms. Matthews' approach to filling some of our holes in our departments. One of the things that we're focusing on now is while we're still hiring full-time employees, we're also hiring part-time employees, some of our retired citizens and our retired neighbors to come in on a part-time basis and execute jobs. And it's so happy to see people like Mr. Kenny and Mr. Al back with Public Works. I believe both of them were fixtures with Public Works. So we look forward to seeing that and continuing to do that, more especially because Pocomoke is a place for everybody. There is no age cap. People look at the mayor and council, and this is probably the youngest mayor and council group that we've ever had, but we're a place for everybody. Everybody lives here, everybody works here, everybody pays taxes. So we definitely want to continue to grow, not just our workforce, but grow our relationships with each other. I think that was all the nice and fluffy that I had to say. I am gravely disappointed that the budget was passed on July 1. And I have not seen a single street or sidewalk worked on. It is unacceptable. And people continue to ask, when are the streets and sidewalks getting fixed? The last time I inquired about it, I was told that we had nobody on staff that knew how to do masonry work. On Friday, I found out that it's 4 gentlemen on Pocomoke staff that know how to do masonry work. So why hasn't it happened? Why hasn't the stormwater management situation been handled in White Oaks? Why do we have to continue to beg for certain things to get done around in this town? I believe that everybody is more than capable of doing what they're supposed to do, but everybody has got to do their job. We're not going to wait until the end of the fiscal year to start working on roads and sidewalks or pick and choose what we're going to spend that money on. That money is specifically for the Safe Space Initiative and revitalizing the roads and sidewalks in this town. I appreciate everyone's support in the letter writing for our community center. This is not going to be an overnight process. This is going to be something that takes time. I'm excited about the Riverfest Planning Committee. I'm excited about the work that we're going to do. I'm also excited about the Zip Line project. And Ms. Matthews, I want to thank you for getting those notices out today, because that's something else that's unacceptable. Me, just like everyone else, riding down the street, just like we do, start to see all of this construction stuff go up with no explanation about what's about to happen. I said something to you, you immediately made sure that everything went out today, and I truly appreciate that. And I'm not saying these things to be hard on anybody. I'm just saying things that need to be said. There are things that need to be done in town. Right on 4th Street, you go down 4th Street, you can see pieces of the sidewalk sitting right in the middle of the street. Unacceptable. I understand that we have to figure out, when we talk about the roads, we have to figure out where the pipes need to be replaced, but the sidewalks are a different story. We also need the state of Maryland to step up and do their part when it comes to Market Street. I'm tired of us begging and asking and asking and asking. If things don't change with the state of Maryland, I'm going to do an open letter. Because they can maintain things in Annapolis, they can maintain things in Pocomoke, they can maintain things in Baltimore, they can maintain things in Pocomoke. The city does not own Market Street. The city will take care of Market Street, but we don't own it. So it is the state's responsibility. And there are some things going on Market Street, underneath the road, that they need to fix. You know, how many times have we asked for this bridge to be painted? Brooke Learman comes and she's got the simple solution for it, and we appreciate her for that. But we've been asking for years. We need the state to step up and do their part here as well. Did I miss anything, Ms. Matthews?
No.
That is all of my comments tonight. Moving on to comments from our Deputy City Manager. Oh, yes, I did. Council, do I have your permission to bounce back to comments from the mayor? Thank you. The nature trail.
Yes.
We have gotten some great volunteers that are willing to step up. Mr. Andy Clark, Dr. Shoemaker, and a couple other gentlemen have stepped up, and they are going to repair the nature trail. Dr. Shoemaker is going to pay for the repairs free of charge to the city. October 10th, they want us to grab groups of guys and gals and head to the nature trail and get to work so we can restore it to its glory. So I know everybody saw that I was on the nature trail on Saturday. That's what we were doing. Someone said, oh, well, if you're walking it, what is it to assess? Well, we needed to assess the wood, the composite boards and different things like that. So we knew exactly what needed to be fixed. So on October the 10th, again, please watch the city website for more details. We want to send a special thank you to Dr. Shoemaker and his guys. And council, I think we would be remiss if we did not name the nature trail after Dr. Shoemaker, but of course we can talk about that talk about that a little later. Ms. Matthews.
Good evening. So just to kind of piggyback off of the mayor, but first, before that, I would just like to say thank you, everyone, just for having faith in me. Again, I'm going to keep saying it. While I do not live in Pocomoke, Pocomoke is my second home. Pocomoke, I have family that lives here. I love Pocomoke. And one of the reasons why I came to Pocomoke was to make a change. And I'm hoping that I am making that change. So talking about the sidewalks, I did find out with the mayor Friday that we do have some gentlemen in our public works department who are capable of repairing the sidewalks. I did speak to our assistant superintendent today, and he believes, especially with the grass season going down, that they probably can do about a half a dozen, set aside 2 days a week to do a half a dozen a day. With that being said, we do have some bigger portions that we will probably have to contract out because of the size of them. But the majority of the sidewalks should be completed before the winter season starts. One of the bigger ones that we really want to have done is off of Old Virginia Road down by the high school. That one we will have to strategically work out to a time frame where school is either out because kids are walking that. As far as the SIP line, it was originally said that they were supposed to start front to 7. It's actually going to go 7th to front because they want to make sure we get through Fall Festival and the last 4 Fridays. I did explain to them that they must be done and out of here. Everything picked up, everything picked up before the Christmas parade. I said it's not an option. There's a rule of 3 days before, 3 days after the highway where they can't do anything because it's state highway. They are supposed to start next week. You'll see them finishing the mobilization down, but physically starting it should not start until next week.
December 1st.
They're slated November 30th, but there's also they said that the substantial completion should be done October 30th. That is when substantial completion is supposed to be done. And I also spoke to them about, it being cold, because that type of work should not be done in the cold. I spoke to GMB and they said that if in any case they are required to put blankets and everything down, but they were supposed to be done before the cold spell. But we all know now we're having 50-degree weather mornings. But again, I explained to them, they gotta be out of here, everything up before the Christmas parade.
It's the most wonderful
Time of the year. I said, because if not, I'm not getting screamed at for this one. I've already explained to them, it's got to be up. It's the biggest, we're the largest nighttime parade. It's got to go off without a hitch. Just to talk about, we have some issues with White Oaks and then the flooding. We did have a representative here who did go out and look at White Oaks, and there needs to be a study done. There are some issues. We can do some digging as far as the laterals to try to, that's just a short-term fix. But Mayor and Council, we have got to start looking into flood mitigation, shoreline restoration. Go ahead, Mayor.
So here's my issue with the study.
Mm-hmm.
We already know
Mm-hmm.
that White Oaks was abandoned,
Mm-hmm.
and we already know that stormwater management was not put into White Oaks.
Mm-hmm.
This is what we know.
No,
We don't need a study to tell us
that.
that. What we need is for someone to tell us where the stormwater management stuff needs to go in the area. People should not be living like that.
No.
People shouldn't have to keep on getting, what is it, Mary Maid or whatever it's called, to come into their houses when their houses flood on their first floor.
Mm-hmm.
A study is nice, but we already know what they're going to tell us. And shame on this town for not requiring, and that is the other thing that I wanted to say, but I'm glad you said it. moving forward, when any development comes to Pocomoke City, number one, most of Pocomoke is wetlands. When any development comes to Pocomoke City, they need to be required by the city code to put in storm water management. You can proceed.
So also, just Cypress Park. Let's just be mindful about Cypress Park that if we don't do something about the mitigation and restore the shoreline, we're not gonna have a Cypress Park. We're not gonna have a pickleball court. We're not gonna have playground. We're not even gonna have a nature trail. I know there's been years where it's, well, we'll do it next year. Well, we'll do it next year. We can't keep saying we're gonna do
Tell
it
me
next
what
year.
the man told you.
He said that if we don't fix Cypress Park, we're not going to have a Cypress Park. There's no need to fix the docks until we fix the shoreline. Not only that, we're going to have to get very strategic about how we rebuild it. So we may end up having to rebuild up Cypress Park in order to, because right now there's 30 years worth of shoreline completely gone. If we have a tornado, a spout, a nor'easter come through here, we are in no position. Pocomoke is in no position at all. Cypress Park is going to be gone.
Dockside, it's gonna be.
It's
gone.
going to be gone. Completely. It's going to be gone. Now, one of the things that I have been doing, and one of the things that I did, we had a Project Open Space grant. I did apply for for DNR for shoreline restoration. One of the things I was hoping was that we could do the actual docks, but the docks have been repaired within the last 20 years, so you can't use it for something that's been repaired or replaced for less than 20 years because it has to last at least 20 years. And this one has not. Even the skate park, it's been less than 20 years. The playground has been less than 20 years. So we have to be very strategic in what we are applying for the grants for. So I just want everyone to be mindful of that's our next project. It is our next project.
I'm gonna tell the other part.
Go ahead.
The other part was, most of the issues that we have in Pocomoke are because things were not maintained.
It's maintenance. Wasn't maintained.
So what are we gonna do about it? And I know I asked you that question a lot.
Mhm.
What are you gonna do about it? What are y'all gonna do about it?
You tell me what you want to see. We're going to hold feet to the fire. We're going to get moving. I've already seen some other things and other developments about why there's flooding and why there's an issue. And 8th Street, maintenance issues. There's some serious maintenance issues that are not being done, which is why there's flooding. And we shouldn't have to have an outside person come in to tell us that we got maintenance issues that should be addressed in-house. Now, I know a lot of people see me walking around and they'll see me just, in the truck, and they're probably like, well, why is she walking around? If I don't go out day to day, I don't know. And if people don't show me, I don't know. So I have to be out there. And this is the only way I can report to you guys is if I physically see it myself. That's all my comments for tonight.
Thank you, Ms. Matthews. Moving forward to comments from the audience. If you have a comment, please come forward, state your name and the street in which you live on.
Evening, Mayor. Chief Hancock, I do not have a street that I live on. A few months back, Corporal Laverty started working on developing an app for the city of Pocomoke that we can put out there to our citizens, our community, let them know instantly what's going on. After relentless hours and a lot of hard work, he's finally cracked it and got it done, and I'm gonna let him talk about it from here.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. So Chief was very right. After many days off and much debugging, I was finally able to correct the problems that I was having with the application. So as I stated previously, last time I was here, the primary function of the application that I was looking to create was to create instant alerts and notifications that we can send out to the public in case of emergency situations. The way I have created it is push notifications. When you drag your phone down, you can see who's texted you. You can, Amazon wants you to buy more stuff. The way our application will work is very similar, where you'll have an instant notification of, a very brief description of what is going on in town, what emergency situation, and its use extends beyond just that of policing. If the city would like the public to know something, we can utilize the application to push forward any notes from the city as well. The secondary function of it that I wanted to create is a lot of people can't remember our phone number. It's very common. 911 takes you to Worcester County rather than Pocomoke City. That can delay valuable seconds for us to respond. So I just created a call police button on the app. So you push it and it calls us. So that way we can kind of cut out the middleman of people dialing 911. If they don't want to go that route, they can also bring up the app, hit it if they don't remember our phone number. The last function of it is just the ability to review all of our social media posts, all of our press releases and things like that. Just a quick way to review. It's a very simple app. The notifications and announcement will go here in the center. The call police button is at the top. And then if you want to review our social media posts and press releases, that's a separate tab on the application. I have completed it. It is going to take some time to upload to the Apple and iOS stores because they require to go through the code to make sure there's no viruses in it. But it should be operational at max within 30 days.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Lafferty, what's the number one rule in Pocomoke?
Number one rule in Pocomoke, Mr. Mayor? I wouldn't know. Stay safe.
Don't block the mayor in.
I will keep that in mind.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lafferty.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor and Town Council.
Good evening.
I think most of you know me. I'm Lynn Duffy. I am a resident. I'm also a business owner. I'm coming before you tonight because I agree with maintenance. However, we need to do better at prevention. When that development, I want to speak to that for a second. When that was created, yes, there's problems. But when White Oaks has problems, it backs all the way up Homewood Drive. That's one issue. You want to do a survey? Probably a lot of folks out there would be glad to talk with you. Number 2, question. Do you know, and this is your homework assignment, do you know what the properties on Homewood all the way back to White Oaks is built on? And if you don't, research it.
It's built on wetlands.
More than that. More than that. So we need to do something about prevention. With further developments being considered in the future, I started to ask a question at a planning and zoning meeting and never got an answer. So we really need to think about a developer's agreement. Background checks. Right now, if you check out some of the proposed ones, you may be surprised. So I encourage you to develop an agreement. Know who Pocomoke is doing business with. Know their backgrounds. Know when they've been successful. Know when they've not. Or they've been investigated. So please, I say this for the citizens, and I ask you sitting here today, how many of you live or own property in Pocomoke?
Owned property?
Own, in your name. Thank you. If you imagine for a second, close your eyes. If you walk out your front door, what do you see? What did you see 50 years ago? What do you see today? Most importantly, what do you hope to see in the next 25, 50 years? And if you ask Pocomoke, probably most of the folks would say the friendly family community. So I ask that you keep that in mind. And as you proceed forward, seriously consider contractors' agreement, developers' agreements. Last but not least, I haven't checked since Friday, but are the business licenses coming out? Okay. Yeah. Yep. I called Friday, said they were going to be late, so I just wanted to double check.
Depends on when you got all the information back.
19th. So, okay, we'll follow up. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Are there any other comments from the audience?
Hi, I'm Amanda Krantz. I live at 337 Winter Quarters Drive, and I came here for the proclamation, but since I'm here, my husband would like me to address an issue. And you know I love Pocomoke, and I want the best for Pocomoke, and I really honestly just want answers. The water situation. I live at the end of Winter Quarters, so I don't know if it's like it needs to flush out more. I had to dye my hair darker because the water was turning my blonde highlights copper brass. A lot of my white laundry has stains all over it from, I don't know if it's iron or rust in the water. We have to use a lot of stain remover for our shower tile and things like that. And obviously I don't complain at all. I'm not that type of person. So I just wanted to know, I didn't know if you knew that these were, issues happening on Winter Quarters, and I should have told
So
Scott,
we're
but
hoping that a new SIP line replacement
okay.
will address the issues on a lot of streets. But the part that I've kind of been preaching for the past year and a half, people have to get their pipes assessed going into their houses. It doesn't matter how much the city changes our pipes and we get rid of the old corroded pipes. If your pipes are still lined with the rust and everything like that, or potentially your pipes are old, you're going to still have the same issues. And I think that's been probably one of the biggest problems in the Heights, that people didn't go and get their pipes changed, even though the city changed their pipes. So even with the SIP lining and everything like that, everybody needs to get their pipes assessed.
Okay. And we have like a triple filter system on our water right now too. I mean, because we're obviously trying to make do with the best that we
In the
can.
Heights, I don't even use a filtering system anymore because I can't keep salt in it. And Ashley has to she used bottled water wash.
That's what my hairstylist told me to do, and I was like, that's not feasible. I'm sorry.
She used bottled water. Same thing, her hair is blonde, so it turns
Yeah.
orange. But
Okay.
if it's ever, I know it's never probably great, but if you ever notice it worse than other days, just reach out to me. Sometimes when they flush the lines, it will help clear some debris or whatever.
Okay.
Because I don't think they've been flushing as much as they used to. So, but that's the other thing too, is the zip lining. I don't think like the name of it doesn't, if you don't read into it, you don't know what it is.
I had no idea. I literally
So
thought
this
we were
is-
talking about a zip line.
This is phase, the one we're about to do is phase 2. We did one phase, so I think it's going to be 4 phases to do the town. So we're hoping that's the goal of that project, is to help with the water issues.
And I will address the pipes with my husband too, so I'll make sure. I appreciate you guys so much.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much. I do need to address something. And I hope that it is received in the manner in which I say it, in kindness and in love. Whether people own their homes, or they rent their homes, or they live with their family, it doesn't make them any less of a citizen. And we all live here together. And we all play here together. Somebody's paying the taxes. So whether you own or you rent, it doesn't make you any less of a citizen. And that's all. Everybody has a responsibility. And that also goes with our, our code enforcement and things like that. People say, oh, well, renters don't, but they still have a responsibility on both facets. And that's all I have to say about that.
Can I say addendum real quick? I did not by any means imply anything about people who live or don't own property, but I do want to piggyback. I've been on Homewood Drive 30 years. We've had a problem with water. I've had my pipes replaced from the street to my home. We've tried the filter system. Nothing. Everything. We use jug water, bottled water. We used to go in the country, get it, bring it to the city. The water's an issue. And you just get used to kind of buying white clothes over and over again. That is an issue, definitely. Another question. Real quick, the planning and zoning director, what happened, if I can ask that question? Is that a situation of employee and we don't get to know what happened? Was there
I think the
a
safest thing
vacation?
to just say is he decided to leave.
Okay.
I spoke with him over the weekend.
So the position's vacant.
The position is vacant.
All right, thank you for the addendum.
Okay.
I just want to address something with the water, just so everyone is aware. If you have an issue and you feel like you're having an issue with your water, we are with 120 Water, where it will not cost the homeowner a thing for them to have their water tested. They just need to let us know here at City Hall. If you do not feel like that your water that you're having an issue, you don't feel like it's safe to drink, or you don't feel like it's safe, we do have a program. It doesn't cost the city any money. They will test the water.
So my name's Amber Hall. I live at 1409 Cedar Run. I just wanted to thank the mayor and city council for issuing the proclamation for the Junior Women's Club. This is a yearly thing that we do. It changes depending on the year sometimes in the administration what the project is, but this year is International Day of Service to End Domestic and Sexual Violence. So on September 27th, we will be hosting a community carnival from 1 to 3. We don't have a location yet. We're working on that. So when we do, we will publish a flyer, and I'd like to welcome the mayor and the city council members and the public to come out and enjoy it, because again, all the proceeds, all the donations that we collect will be donated to the Worcester County Child Advocacy Center. So we are looking for donations like clothes, pack and plays, bed sheets, diapers, wipes, and of course, gift cards to certain places like Walmart and gas.
What day is it?
Saturday, September 27th. Thank you.
Is that the same day as the community revival?
It is the 26th and the 27th is the community revival at 6 o'clock.
Ours is from 1 to 3.
It's wonderful.
We'll figure it out.
Thank you.
A couple weeks ago, I went to 6 events?
Yes.
I've got one more.
I was gonna say something, I forgot. I just want to invite and announce I'll be at the Delmarva Discovery Center on Saturday the 6th from 11 to 1:30. They have, I think it's like a special read along day, and they have asked me to read a couple times during the day to the kids that come out. So please bring your kids out and see the otters and see me as well. It is from 11 to 1:30. And I think they may have other guest readers as well, but I only know about me. This weekend.
This weekend.
Seeing that there are no more comments, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
A second.
The motion has been made and properly seconded. All those in favor use the sound aye. Those that oppose, you have the same right. So moved. Thank you. You all have a great night.
I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you.